gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Montreal.
It's time
for you to sit back, relax, and listen to a complete and fucking utter armchair expert give his completely and utterly useless opinions on the one hell of an amazing sport that is MMA. G'day, guys. So we are at one of the best times of the year, month, once again, with UFC 316 emanating from New Jersey, the Prudential Center. Of course, seeing the rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Suga Sean for the what is it for again? The bantamweight title, as I suspected. But first of all, we need to recap UFC 315 as always, and what a card that ended up being. So we had, first of all, Jose Aldo, the Great, announcing his retirement after losing in a decision to Alaman Zahabi. And, he just decided in the middle of the event, I don't really want to do it anymore, and best of luck to him. He'll forever be remembered as one of the greatest of all time, especially at featherweight. That 5-year reign prior to Conor. Yeah, prior to Conor, obviously KOing him. And, man, it's kind of fitting, I guess, that it ended almost exactly 10 years after that. So he went on pretty much another 9 years fighting after the Conor loss. Didn't let it keep him down. But all the best to one of the greatest to ever do it. Then, of course, we had the women's flyweight title being defended by one of the best again to ever do it, Valentina Shevchenko. Defended it against Manon Fiorot in a 5-round decision. But the best part of the evening for me, and I've got to say the most nervous part of the evening, was when Belal Muhammad was going up against Australia's own Jack Della Maddalena. And I've got videos of it. I went off when the announcement was made that we now have 2 Australian champions. Jack Della Maddalena did it in front of it, after, it was a great moment. Said to Dana and Hunter Campbell on the phone after that he wants to go for Islam to get it back for Volk. Obviously, he was on that event that Islam fought Volk on in Perth. So, yeah, definitely a great card and a great night of fights all round. And again, like Volk, what a moment for Australian MMA. But UFC 316 is coming up, and what a card it is going to be. We have... So Kevin Holland opens up the card against Vicente Luque, I think it is. Then number 14 versus, Kevin Holland isn't ranked, but they're saying Kevin Holland's the favourite. He's going to win in the welterweight division. Then we've got Mario Bautista versus, what the hell is Patchy Mix? I've got no idea what the hell that is. But number 10, Mario Bautista. Don't know who the hell that is, but one of our favourites, Calvin Gastelum, is going up against Joe Pyfer in the middleweight division. They're saying Joe Pyfer is the favourite. Always love to see one of our favourites fight, but now we get to the business end of the evening. In the co-main event, the women's bantamweight title held by Julianna Pena is getting defended against the newcomer, Kayla Harrison, and they're saying she's the favourite. So that's going to be a very interesting fight indeed. But, of course, we get back to the, back to the redemption fight for Suga Sean O'Malley getting his rematch against Merab for the bantamweight title that he lost at the Sphere card last year. Now, of course, they're saying the champ's the favourite, but very narrow odds indeed, and kind of hoping Suga Sean does it, to be honest. I really am, because he's one of the, few unique stars that the UFC's got left, and definitely hoping he gets it done. Now, upcoming cards, UFC 317 has got Ilia Topuria taking on Charles Oliveira at lightweight, obviously, or after Ilia vacated from featherweight. So that's International Fight Week. That'll be in July, I believe. Oh, no, and the end of this month, June 28th. Okay. All right, that's... All right. And then we've got UFC 318. Oh, yes, the Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier fight. Definitely looking forward to that. Obviously, the swan song of Dustin the Diamond. And then I don't know what the hell's coming up after that. I don't think anything's been announced. Has 319 been announced for anything? Oh, Dricus and Hamzat. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, that's going to be very good. So we've got a couple of good months coming up as always, but unfortunately this is going to be another short one, guys, because I'm recording this at 1 a.m. But I do want to end the podcast talking about one thing. Dana was not at the press conference, and of course there's been rumblings for a long time about the heavyweight division and what's going to happen with John Jones, and John Jones has been trolling Tom Aspinall and so on and so forth. There were chants of strip John Jones at the press conference, and I think Dana sort of knew that was coming. Also, there'd been a petition signed, and a lot of people had signed it to strip John Jones, and I think Dana sort of knew that was coming. So if you saw our socials, our Instagram in particular, you would have seen that I said Dana not being there at the press conference is very telling. And yeah, I think he sort of knew that was coming and just decided to not be there. I probably should talk about why I think this is going as far as it is. I really think that it's because of the TV deal, right? John Jones wants in excess of $30 million. The UFC wants $1 billion to their TV deal, and they haven't got Conor to rely on for that anymore. So the only fights that they've really got is Jones versus Aspinall and possibly Pereira to rely on to get that figure. So there's a lot of talk that it's going to be Netflix, and I kind of hope that it is. So, you know, I that's the only reason I could think of, really, that they're waiting it, you know, letting it go out for so long without stripping Jones. It is a massive shame for Tom because, you know, these are the prime years of his career, and of course we know what happened to Chandler after waiting so long for Conor. So let's just hope, for Tom's sake, that doesn't happen to him. But anyway, guys, best time of the month, as always. We're going to have 2 fight cards this month, which I didn't know about, so I've got to think accordingly as to what might happen with that. But as always, I hope you guys enjoy the fights wherever you end up watching them from. Of course, I'm rooting for Suga Sean. Let's go. And you, baby. And Till next time, as always, catches.